Yeah, it's okay. Just keep it close.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. Thank you for Ahmed family and Frohan family for joining us for this joyous occasion. And we have a lot of friends and relatives came from all over the country, some from overseas. We have our brother from Pennsylvania, some relatives from Canada, some from Bangladesh. And we welcome you all. And it seems like it was yesterday when Anika was just a little baby. I still remember the day when I first took her to her school. The first day of school, she came out. I asked her what happened at the school. She said, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm going to tell mom first. I still remember that. It was back in Delaware. Well, without taking much time, I'm going to introduce who's next now? Have some of my brothers and relatives have a few words. And thank you for coming. Let's pray for the happy and long life for Anika and Matthew.
Well, let's give a round of applause for the father of the bride. Okay, at this time, I would like to introduce and welcome Jamal Ahmed and Muhammad Khaled. So please welcome them. You have to keep it closer.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Fazkuruni azkurukum washkuru li wa la takfurun. يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة إن الله مع الصابرين ولا تقولوا لمن يقتل في سبيل الله أموات بل أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم الصلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون صدق الله العظيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Brothers and sisters, young children, and all the guests from all the religions and all the faith, from all ethnic groups. And the center of attention and the attractions, our bride and groom, Anika and I was just taking a pause. I have it written down his name, so I was just drawing the attention. So it'll be Anika and Matthew. For this occasion, I'll take a great pride to greet everyone with the greater peace and the happiness and the prosperity. Once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I just read the few verses from the Holy Quran, the Surah Al-Baqarah, the verses 152 to 157, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that which I want to go through the translation with you very briefly. With the many things that he sent down through the Holy Quran, through the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gave us a lot of wishes and hopes, and also a lot of guidance through the Holy Quran and through our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through his Sunnah. One of the things that the verses that I have read, which is a very important verse in the Quran, of course all of them are important, and I thought that this is more significant for this occasion today. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, which is, فَذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرُكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. You remember me, then I will remember you. This is so huge and so big, somebody so significant. The creator of universe, he is giving us the guidance saying that you remember me, then I will remember you. And he's also saying that be grateful to me for what I have done for you, and I'll continue to do for you forever, and never deny me. Never deny my existence. Never say that I do not exist. Then he is saying, every time in the Quran when you read, says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, oh who you believe. First he is saying that do not deny. Then he is saying that whoever believe me, this is something for you. Seek my help with patience. Whenever we distress, we go through anxiety, we go through poverty, we go through anything in life, he says to seek patience. But patience alone is not good enough. He says seek patience with prayers. So seek patience from the heart, and he's saying in action, do the prayers. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with those always who has the patience. And do not believe that he's saying in the Holy Quran that whoever is devoted to me, they are lost or anything. Whoever is devoted to me, I'm always with them. Some people may think they are lost or they are dead, but I'm with them. They are alive with me. What a powerful comment that he made. Then he is also saying, we shall surely, which he was saying that, he will test us with steadfastness, with fear, with famine, with loss of property, loss of hope, loss of life, loss of lot of things. But he was saying, show patience. When you show patience, and whenever you go through those losses, always say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Surely, we all came from God, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we all have to return to Him. And anybody who is doing that, they are the one ultimately will be the winner, and they are the one that guided properly. Ameen. Subhanaka rabbika rabbul izzati amma yasifun, wa salamun alal mursaleen, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Jamal Ahmed. I'm Anika's father, Jasim's elder brother. My brother Jasim told me to say a few words on this special occasion. This is indeed a very special occasion for us. This is the first wedding of the Ahmed family in North America. So this is indeed a very special wedding for us. And also it's especially special to me for a personal reason. This is the first wedding I'm attending where I actually remember seeing the bride on the first day of her life. I mean, Anika was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania, where we still live. I remember going to the hospital, looking at Anika from behind a glass window, wrapped up in this blanket. And that little girl is now grown up to be a beautiful young lady. smart, highly educated, professionally successful. So this is indeed a very special occasion for me and for all of us in our family. And I'm also glad that she has chosen Matthew as our partner in life, as our husband. I got to know Matthew a little bit when he was in Bangladesh together with us, attending at the wedding of another family member, our nephew Farhan. Matthew, I found him to be very intelligent, very social, very honorable, and very considerate young man. And also another thing I noticed about Matthew, that he was very comfortable with our culture, Bangladeshi culture, the food, the people, the music. So it's not only that he's accepted Anika, he's also accepted the entire culture and the people behind it. And that's a big deal, because that's a big barrier that's difficult to break for many people. So Matthew, we're really glad that you're part of our family. We're glad to have you with us. My brother Jasim told me to say a dua on this occasion. Before I say the dua, I want to say a little story that is going to fit in with the overall theme of the dua. The story is something that I read in a book that I read recently. The book is called Excuses Be Gone by Dr. Wayne Dyer. I think many of you may know him from his books, many books and shows on PBS and NPR radio. In this book, Dr. Wayne Dyer gives the story. This is a true story of a Chinese sage that lived about 2,000 years ago in China. He used to live on a tree house, and a tree house that looked like a bird cage, and everybody called him the bird cage. People came from all over China to ask him for various advices on anything, on family matters, on business, interpersonal relationship. They'll come to the bird cage and ask for advice. And birdcage would solve their problems. And there was a governor in one of the provinces of China who was having all kinds of problems of civil strife, political chaos, and strikes, etc. So he heard about the birdcage. He said he will come for his advice. So he traveled for 5 days, walking and going on horses and camels and boats. After spending a lot of time, finally came to the tree house and asked for a meeting with the birdcage, and spent half a day describing all of his problems to the birdcage. And they said, give me some advice so that I can be a better governor and solve my problems. And birdcage looked at him, says, do good things and don't do bad things. And this governor looked at him and says, that's it? I worked for 5 days to tell you about my problems, and all you have to say is do good things and don't do bad things? That's it? And the birdcage looked at him and said, yes, Governor, you knew this. You knew this all along. But have you been doing it? Have you been doing it? So the point is, do good things, don't do bad things. It's a simple thing. It's a universal truth, but we have difficulty following it because we're distracted by our feelings of anger, envy, feeling of what's in it for me, feeling of why should I do it, things of this nature. So my advice to you, Anika and Matthew, is that follow this advice. Do the right things for each other, regardless of what other person does or doesn't do. Both your father and I, we are accountants. We are actually auditors. We live with something called the balance sheet, where the left side of the balance sheet has to equal the right side. The debits must equal credit. So don't live your life like the balance sheet of an accountant. Make your column of good deeds for the other person longer than make the column of what you receive in return. Do the right things because it's the right thing to do, not because what you would get in return. If you follow this philosophy, you are bound to be happier, bound to live a better life. Because no one is ever going to meet your expectations of. So if you live your life like the balance sheet of an accountant, you're bound to be disappointed. If you live your life with your good deeds, column of your good deeds longer than column of what you receive in return from the other person, you'll be happier. And on the day of judgment, your balance sheet with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be totally out of balance with the good deeds or the sawab that you receive will be much longer than what you did on earth. So this is actually the theme of the dua that I'm going to talk for you, say for you. That is the Surah Fatiha. We all know the meaning of Surah Fatiha, line for line, word for word meaning of Surah Fatiha. So the principle behind Surah Fatiha is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, help us do the right things by following the path of those who we have blessed, and keep us away from the bad things by keeping away from those people who did the bad things. So the idea again, the theme of do the good things, don't do bad things, regardless of what other people do or don't do. Okay. So I would end with the dua. That is Surah Fatiha. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim. Ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amin.
Thank you very much. Well, we all know that Matthew does the good thing. Agreed? My side of the house? There you go. And now Sarah and Nadia are going to come up, and they're going to introduce the rest of the people.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nadia, I'm Anika's cousin.
And I'm Sarah. I've known Anika, or both of us, our whole lives, so.
It's unbelievable seeing you up there, Anika. You look absolutely beautiful. Doesn't she, everybody? Just look at her. We've always been cousins by birth. That we didn't have a choice with that, but I still remember that one night, me and you know, I was sleeping over at your house, and we just started talking, and we bonded over the boys that we had crushes on. I know you remember that night. And that's when we went from cousins to friends. And we've just gotten closer and closer through the years. But I don't know how long you guys all have known her, but this is a different Anika than the Anika maybe 8 years ago. I still remember the Metallica t-shirts, black nail polish, the chain wallet. Wow, look at you now. Who would have thought? Amazing. I'm very proud of you.
All right, so as you all know, I did this in November. So I did some research, and I did this for Matthew. I made it easy for you since John had to go through it. So I did something for you. It's called How to Marry a Bengali Girl 101, okay?
We have some tips for you because, I mean...
Yeah, it's easier for you.
You're in for a crazy ride here, so...
All right. Tip number 1. Even though you may not be fluent in Bengali, it's all right. You need to know 3 phrases. The first one, anytime you meet someone, you just say Assalamu alaikum. It's just our Islamic greeting. Number 2, G means yes, Na means no. And the last one is very important, especially if you want to still be slim. Ami ar khabona, which means I will not eat anymore.
Tip number 2. 2 things to always keep in your pantry. A 10-pound bag of basmati rice and a big box of chai tea.
Fair enough. Tip number 3. Are you familiar with the term BST? Well, for those that don't know, it's Bengali Standard Time. If you ever want to invite a family for dinner, for example, you tell them 6 o'clock, they probably will be there 8, 9 o'clock. They're almost like vampires. They don't show up in the daytime. It has to be dark.
Tip number 4. Hotels is not in the Bengali vocabulary. If you have family or friends over, make sure you have room for them in your place, no matter what piece of furniture, the couch, the floor, the kitchen, wherever. They will be sleeping over at your house.
Even if they're 150 miles away, that's close enough, and they will be there. Let's see, tip number 4. 5, 6, whatever. Be prepared to be asked or told these statements. Questions, statements, stop correcting me. All right. Number one, always they're going to ask, how are your parents doing? All right. Number two, don't be offended if they say, you look like you lost some weight, or you look like you gained some weight. And the last one, no matter if they just met you, they will immediately invite you for a 7-course dinner. Yeah. They'll say, oh, you have to come to my house and eat. So, we're very hospitable like that.
Tip number 6. You're going to be meeting a lot of people, Matthew, as you probably already have. And you're going to forget names, naturally. So just refer to everyone as aunties and uncles. You'll be good, if they're older than you.
All right, so the last tip. Well, first of all, how great does Anika look today? Woo!
Yeah, she looks amazing today, but I know some husbands, they worry, oh, my wife, she looks great tonight, but how's she going to look in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Man.
So this is a universal tip. A wise man once said, if ever in doubt of the future, always look to the mother. Oh.
Where is the mother of the bride?
Where's the mother of the bride?
Oh, there she is. Matthew, as you can see, you have nothing to worry about.
And now, introducing my lovely cousin, who will be singing a lovely song for the bride and the groom.
Jackie Chaudhary.
Hey guys, what's up? I don't have another one.
Great job, Jackie. She just performed Through Your Eyes by the Honey Trees. Now we're going to have some speeches by some very close people to the bride and groom. First is Matthew's best friend, very close friend for many, many years. Please welcome Elizabeth Fryer.
Hi, everybody. I was going to ad-lib, but I was told not to. So I wrote it. A few weeks ago, Matthew called me and asked if I would share at his wedding reception. I was honored, a bit speechless, but more than happy to share some of my fondest memories, moments with him. Matthew and I met in junior high when we were about 13 and 14 years of age. Our friendship didn't necessarily hit it off right away. We had an interesting early friendship where I was his bully and he my prey. However, after bickering for a year, we became very good friends and he eventually welcomed me into his family. Throughout the years, I've been able to join Matthew and his family at tamale parties, concerts, Sunday dinners, and the occasional family reunion. I've had the privilege of watching Matthew graduate not only from high school, but from college as well. He has made his family very proud and is always willing to lend them a hand. Matthew is a devoted son, brother, and now husband to Anika. He will one day hopefully show his future children the qualities he has acquired through a life full of lessons learned. Matthew has been one of my dearest friends for the last 17 years. He is dependable, compassionate, generous, and honest. Brutally honest. Over the years, when I needed him most, he was there for me. This past year, my mother passed away. She loved Matthew, or Max, as she would call you due to her heavy Cuban accent. I know she's in heaven right now, smiling at you and wishing she could be here to celebrate this momentous occasion. Matthew, everyone you love is here today to celebrate your marriage. We welcome your new wife, Anika, to the family and are thankful for the generosity that her family has shown us. There is one person I know you would love to have here with you by your side. Fernie, he's here in spirit. He loved you very much, and although he isn't here physically, he is in all of our hearts. Matthew, you have your father's strengths, sense of humor, drive, loyalty, and ability to look at the good in everything. You have your mother's compassion, empathy, sensitivity, love of music, and of course cooking. These qualities and more will serve you well in your new life as husband, provider, and future father. Please, everyone, raise your glasses and join me in a toast. Congratulations to Matthew and Anika on your marriage and new life together. May your marriage bring you much happiness, joy, and many memories. And in the words of your grandfather, Fernie, here's to heat. Cheers.
All right, and next, introducing the one and only Nader Ahmed, brother of the bride.
First off, I want to thank everyone for coming on this really happy occasion. It's good to see a lot of people that love these two right here. Everyone give them a hand. I didn't really prepare a speech for this because I figured right when I stand here, I knew what I would want to say. And I do. Looking at you guys look so happy. You guys look so happy with each other. You guys smiling, laughing. That's exactly how a newlywed should look. I'm happy that my sister found someone that she really cares about. And I'm happy that my one and only sister finally found someone. Even though I did always want a brother, I feel like I got one now. Matt, you've always been like a brother to me ever since I met you from way back when. Anika is probably the biggest nerd, the biggest geek I know. No, it's a good thing, very good thing. I didn't think there'd be anyone bigger of a nerd or geekier than her until I met Matthew. Which is a perfect fit for her, and I know you'll always make her happy. You guys may even have competitions on who's even nerdier and geekier, and I want to know who wins that. But I guess I just want to say I'm really happy for you guys, and I know everyone else here is happy for you guys too. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Nader. Now I'd like to introduce a friend of the couple, Marjorie Josephat.
Hi, everyone. First, Anika, you look so beautiful, and Matthew's so handsome. I never get to see them like this, so it's wonderful to see. I have had and continue to have the pleasure to work with both Matthew and Anika. I'm deeply honored to have a chance to say a few words about them and share my thoughts and feelings. And for sharing my thoughts and feelings for this union as well. I'd like to start with a quote from Socrates. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll be happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. In a small way, I proudly feel somewhat responsible for bringing these two together, though I can't take all the credit. I really think that fate had a big part in this. About 5 years ago, I interviewed Matthew for a position in my department. I was so impressed by him. And I have to be really careful now because I have to work with both of them next week, so I have to make sure that they don't get a big head. I was impressed with Matthew's poise and his intelligence. What really shined through, though, was his kindness and giving nature. When you speak to Matthew, it's obvious that he's a good man. I could clearly see that 5 years ago, and I'm pleased to say that it's still true today. I have one son, and I often say I think of Matthew as my second son, and for those who know me, that is extremely high praise. A few weeks later, after interviewing Matthew, I interviewed Anika. While Matthew is gregarious and outgoing, Anika is quiet and introspective. What was clear about Anika from the start is a quick assessment of her surroundings and her high intelligence and her seriousness. She dazzled us with her quiet confidence during the interview. What wasn't obvious until she started working with us, and I've come to appreciate, is her sense of style and her laughter. Over the years, as the rest of us get older, Anika has managed to become more beautiful, more stylish, and making the rest of us look very, very bad. Anika's laughter is one of her most valued assets. She is such a serious and concentrated worker that I get a kick out of seeing her break from her serious side to laughter. She smiles and she gets excited when she talks about her favorite television shows like Glee, or her favorite music group like the Beatles. On the surface, Matthew and Anika seem different. Matthew talkative and open, Anika quiet and introspective. Matthew, by his own words, frugal. We call him cheap. On the other hand, Anika, style maven and trendsetter. Interestingly enough, as different as they are, if you look at their workspace, you can see their similarities. Their love of music, their love of concerts, and their yearly trek to Comic-Con. Matthew and Anika have kept their relationship quiet. Working with them on a daily basis, you would not know they were a couple. They definitely keep their work life and private life separate. However, I have watched them grow together, and in time of need, you can't help but see how they support each other, like when Matthew lost his beloved grandfather. I watched Anika become both actively and quietly support Matthew, both at the office and at the funeral. She remained a constant at his side, and the same goes for Matthew. Not long ago, Matthew shared with me how important it was for him to now support and provide for Anika. He has such a strong sense of responsibility towards her. It is gratifying to see how seriously he takes his obligation as a husband. What everyone can see and have always seen about Matthew and Anika's relationship is that they're the best of friends. Being the best of friends is what keeps them together now and will keep them together in the future. Matthew and Anika, here is what I wish for you. Pray for the love which allows you to see the good in your companion. Pray for the love that makes weakness and mistakes seem small. Pray for the love to make your companion's joy your own. Pray for the love to lessen the load and soften the sorrows of your companion. Finally, a couple of quotes and advice for the bride and groom. For Anika, to keep your marriage brimming with love in the loving cup, whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up. For Matthew, early in your marriage, you will find it difficult to get the last word in any discussion. With time, though, you will learn how to always get the last words in every discussion. Just make sure the words are, yes, dear. So Matthew and Anika, I wish the best for both of you, and may all your troubles be little ones. Thank you.
And last but not least, the uncle of the bride that flew all the way from Canada for this awesome occasion, Babar Anwar.
Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. My name is Babar Anwar. I'm Anika's uncle on the mother's side, the side that provides the intelligence. Sorry. First of all, I would like to welcome you all on behalf of a mother who couldn't be here today. She's the only living grandparent that Anika has, and she asked me to convey that she wishes she were here, and she's praying for both of you with a heart full of love and best wishes. And Jamal Bhai and my brother-in-law were saying that they remember the day you were born and your first day. I'll do better than that. I remember when your mom and dad got married. And how can I not? My sister, my lovely sister, still looks like how she looked when the day she got married. So, but the story of my brother-in-law is a bit different. If you can believe it or not, he had a little bit more hair than he does today. And I'm not going to say that my sister had anything to do with it, but I beg your pardon already. But Matthew, let this be a warning for you. If you want to be your daughter's wedding with a full head of hair, you better listen to what Anika says from now on, if you haven't done so already. But all kidding aside, Matthew, welcome to our family. I would like to welcome you all, welcome you to our family on behalf of my mother and the rest of my brothers and sisters. And they wish they were here. Your mommy and Sarah, they wanted to be here too, but they couldn't. And you must have a good acting coach because you impressed everybody when you went to Bangladesh. Being in Hollywood, I'm pretty sure you do. But we love you having you in our family, and I welcome you with open arms. And I would like to conclude by asking all of you to say a little prayer for them so that their life is full of laughter and happiness as you see them today. And congratulations, and God bless you, okay? Thank you.
I am Sylvie.
And I'm Fariha.
For those of you who don't know us, Fariha and I have something very much in common when it comes to Anika. I lived with Anika many, many, many years.
And I'm her current neighbor. We share a wall.
We want to give you guys a little insight into Anika, something that you may not all know what it's like to live with her.
Music.
She's a little weird, as you all know. She likes to listen to the same song over and over and over again until I am sick of it, but she is not. She is completely fine listening to the same thing over and over again.
She likes to wake up at like 5:15 in the morning. So like if you want to do an impromptu rock band session at like 10:30, forget about it. It's not happening.
Anika is also an amazing cook. So she likes to cook all day long, and she just likes to look pretty while she's doing it.
I feel so bad for Matthew. He's so unlucky.
Sad. But all jokes aside, we are very happy for you. We wish you all the best, and congratulations.
You look like a princess. Princess, everyone? Princess?
You don't look so bad either, Anika.
Okay, guys, dinner is being served shortly, so please stay in your seats.
You guys might have seen people kind of checking your place cards, so just make sure it's turned outwards, so that they know what to serve you.
All right. Enjoy.